me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Raiden Arrows, and we are back at it again for another episode of Future Financial Strategies. Salute, it is Thursday. Just heads up, we will not this week. What's that? Let me look at the calendar. The 26th of October, we will not be doing Guns and Butter like normal. We will be having a couple of shorter live streams over the weekend. I'm out of town. I'm not going to be in town. So I'm just not going to be able to get this set up to do that and get it going. Because I have no idea what the Wi-Fi situation is. We're going to be in a hotel. And it's probably, yeah, it's just, we're going to have to pivot on this week. But I wanted to have a conversation with you guys real quick on future financial strategies on a couple of topics that I've noticed just looking at the way the market is fluctuating and looking at what I'll say normal people are doing versus what banks and hedge funds are doing. So the first topic is going to be, hold on, let me pull it up because I actually made notes for this. Hold on a second. Oh, not this one. Hold on. Is when you do the research, it's just it's a thought. When you do the research, you have reasons to buy. When you don't, you have reasons to sell. And the reason I wrote this down was because it's the truth. And if you look at the way market cycles go, and you look at the way that people are selling at the wrong time, they're buying at the wrong time. Like most of the time, most of you aren't going to buy until things start running. Then that's when the people who've made the money already have sold. Technically speaking, you should have made your profit on the purchase. The initial purchase should have been the profit, not after it's running and you're trying to get on the train because you're worried about missing out because you're seeing everybody who did the research in a position that you ain't in. Most people also sell at the wrong time. They sell when the people who are doing the research are buying. So you're giving up positions at the point that other people are securing profits, which is when stuff is down. Now, I'm not saying you got to hold a bad investment, and I do advocate if you've got like a cutoff limit for when you got to cut a position loose, be it crypto, be it stock, be it whatever. You follow your plan, but most people aren't following any type of plan. They're just seeing the market. They don't like seeing the number go down, and they sell off as soon as the number goes down. And then they're selling into somebody who's doing the research and buying in. And then when it goes back up, the person who made the money when they bought while you were selling when it was low is now making money or in a position to secure some profits. And you're now buying back in because you're like, oh man, I missed it. And you're always opposite where you should be in any given trade, any given position. One of the other things that you could tie on to that is people aren't looking at it from a long-term perspective. Every position, if you invest in anything, the number's going to go down. The trade's going to go against you at some point. And people are not looking long enough, because like if you're planning on holding something for 10 years and in year 2 it's not a good year, that's not a reason to sell. Technically speaking, once you see that dip, you're buying more because you're like, I got 8 more years of growth that I'm looking at, or 3 more years if you're looking at 5-year windows. And I don't really, outside of my crypto holdings, in which case those will get down to a 2-year window because we're getting ready to go into a bull run. So I got a few positions that I'm going to be picking up for the next portfolio that we're going to be building out over on Crypto Portfolio Updates that are going to be a 2-year window, year and a half, 2 years. But outside of that, like I don't buy stuff with the intent to sell it. I also don't buy stuff that I feel like I need to moderate or lord over on a regular basis, especially not my stock portfolio. My stock portfolio is boring. I just buy stuff over there, let the money come in. Waiting every month for my check to get my little bit of extra jump on the game. That's what we're waiting for every month. And we just keep on buying and keep on buying and keep it moving at what it is. It's a slow roller. It's boring. It's what it is. But we're not. I see so many people that are constantly like, "Oh, I'm taking profits now." I'm like, okay, like, fair. Are you doing anything with money? No. Okay. Well, if you don't have a plan, then you're basically just getting tricked out of the market at that point. Like I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I see it every time. Like over the weekend, we had Bitcoin pump hit 30K, made it there. A bunch of people got excited. And I mean, myself got excited. It's nice to see it touching 30K again. But then you saw the sell-offs happen. And it's just a bunch of normal people that are like, oh, I got to get out now. And I'm like, oh, that's, if you need the money, I understand. If that's part of the plan, I understand. But I don't think anybody who's in the Bitcoin market right now got in the Bitcoin market looking for 30K as their exit point. And if you did, good on you. I hope you got in really early at like under 10K and you're doing something with it. But it is what it is. It's like people get run out of the market. And it's also the mindset. Like people just want to cash out. And it's like, well, what are you doing with the money? Like crypto money is crypto money. Stock market money is stock market money. Like until it's kicking off enough to pay off all my bills, it never comes out of those markets. Like I don't cash it out. And like my crypto, I don't ever plan on cashing out my longs, like my Bitcoin, my Ethereum. Like unless there's some major narrative change or some major investment that I've got to make that's going to carry as well as those vehicles, those positions aren't getting sold ever. Like I'll convert some of the racier stuff over into Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I never take it out of crypto. Like if I need money out of the market, I'll borrow and then just pay it back and I'll be able to self-fund myself. That's the goal, is like we're building up things that we can use as our own bank. Like I'm not obviously going into a bull run year. Everybody's already asking, are you quitting? I'm like, no, I won't be quitting, but I probably will be taking a vacation or two. Probably this time around. But like for me, when I'm on my job, like, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but like I've accumulated a lot of paid time off. So like I'm still going to be getting paid. Like the check's still coming in. So It's not going to be some above and beyond stuff. And I've already got the money set aside for a vacation or two. I mean, at least one is basically paid for. So it's just going to find something to do somewhere that I want to be. Might be going and doing something for New Year's. I don't know. We'll see. But I won't be like, we're trying to self-fund. Like, obviously we're moving outside of the credit card, aside from the daily driver that we revolve around. And we're doing that. But what we're also going to be doing is we're converting the way that we're going to be saving moving into this bull run, because when you see an opportunity, you have to go in and place all the bet on said opportunity. And we are going to have to get into that space. Like, we're going to have to do it. Like, that's what we're doing. We're going to seize the day, if you would. Like, we're going to be making a bunch of pivots over, especially the starting in December. We're probably fully pivoting over to where we're going to be 100%. I'm not going to say 100%, like 90% back into funding all in on crypto. And we'll have a special allocation that's going to go into the long-term stuff that's going to be doing that. And then we're also going to be getting these positions filled for the shorter term stuff to build out that portfolio swiftly, as expeditiously as we can. Because like the high risk positions, I think I'm gonna self fund those. I'm not using the money from last year to fund those positions specifically. I will buy into them with the first few paychecks of the year. Because I figured the riskier stuff, that should be my money. Like, I don't want to gamble, even though it's the house's money at this point. I don't want to gamble with the nugget. The nugget's going into income positions and stuff that isn't the high risk. So all of my high risk, that's coming out of my personal pocket. So that way it'll be some fun skin in the game. And yeah. So it's just something to think about, guys. You got to think about how you're moving in these markets. Now, if you're a day trader, I can't speak to that because, like, I don't day trade. Like, I know that that's a different beast all in and of itself. But if you're just the average normal person and you're out here trying to day trade without the skills of a day trader, you might want to tap in with the dudes over at Circa 84 and get some semblance of game. Because based on what I'm seeing in the market, everybody is moving backwards and everybody's trying to say that they're an investor and not a trader. And so I just wanted to put some thoughts out there into the ether for those people. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, quick conversation piece. Got a nice little succinct episode for you today. It's only got really two things. Like, I want to kill y'all with the news. It's doom and gloom. We all know nobody's coming to save us. We know that we need to be hustling, counter the financial narratives that they're putting out there. We don't need to be running up the debt of any kind. You don't need to be out here financing cars at this point. You just don't need to be out here goofy and fumbling the bag. So with all the excess work, because like anybody who's seen me on any panels, I'm normally half tired, have just woken up, much like with this video, have just woken up, running on multiple naps. And, we're getting to the bag. There's been an opportunity for some extra money. Business is behind on work. So like, everybody got the tool belts on right now, and we're putting in 6 days a week. I'm an advocate for the hard work. I always tell people, if you're not putting in 60 to 100 hours a week, don't talk to me about how everything's expensive, how it's hard for you to get ahead. But the piece of context that I never really gave was, if you're doing that, it needs to be for a purpose. And I know that, like, especially with like our shout out to the UAW, our car manufacturing automakers, a lot of those dudes make a lot of money. But they'll go and work the overtime, but they're using the overtime money to finance Hellcats, depreciating assets. They're using it to buy Gucci belts to flex on you at the club, to not build any actual wealth. And I'm not a proponent of that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, but that's working really hard to like just work really hard forever. It doesn't seem efficient or effective to me. So I just got a bonus a little bit ago, and I was like, oh, like it'd be pretty useful to look at how we busted that bag down. And since I'm working, how moving forward, how we're busting that bag down. So this last bonus that I got, like I actually used it to a chunk of it to clear out some debt. It's a little bonus kicker. We had some like low balance stuff that we were finalizing, getting out on cards that we're not using as daily drivers. We're clearing it up because, like I said, we were consolidating down to where we're just on the daily driver card, and we're banging it out like that. But I had a couple of small balances that were close to being close outable, and so I was like, we'll take a little bit of that money and do that. We took the bulk of it though, and we have a pretty lofty financial goal that we're looking at drilling down, which is getting the mortgage payment out 6 months. So when we do our end of month, we're going to be a little bit low on the savings from a perception standpoint because we're currently chunking away at that goal. So like we took all the money that was going to be going towards the mortgage, except for the Bitcoin part of it, and which is like just like the little shavings of whatever's left from our QQQ purchase. So whatever the price is that QQQ is, we take that chunk of it and we put it towards the mortgage payment to just push it out a little bit. So we're working on that. And then we got the bonus money. So like we threw some bonus money at that also, which kind of like pushed it over the edge, got an additional month out of it, which is cool. So now we got an additional month cushion. We're still going to be chunking at it. The chunking is going to be a little bit different once we get to that point. Because like we got this check, we got one more check where we'll get another chunk of it done. And then after that, when we kick back over to going full on crypto, we're going to be utilizing, since we have crypto as part of that portfolio, we're shifting over and we'll be utilizing it there. But, like there was a couple of bills where I threw an extra $100 on it. So I used like 300 of it for that. We used another chunk of it for the mortgage payment. And then I have like a chunk sitting in cash that's going to go towards studio upgrades. It was originally going to go towards a tool, but I'll be able to save up for that the slow way, which is fine. And we're gonna use it to pay back. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. My CashApp loan and the loan that I'm using from my in-house banking pool, which is mine. It's a very small pool. It's like $500, but we growing it out. So I did an additional back into that pool, but we're getting ready. We're using that in-home banking pool. I'm actually utilizing it now, and it's just the large purchase pool. So like all the large purchase things that I have to do, be it car maintenance, studio upgrades at this point, any way that I can get that money active, we're getting it active, because I prefer to pay back myself the 10% than pay the credit card company. So that's basically the play on that. Granted, I do have a little bit of free money over on my Discover card, so we are going to be making that purchase over on that card. We're doing one on that card to clear out the free money, and then we'll pay it back immediately because we have the cash on hand. But we'll get a little bit of a discount, which is nice. Some cash rewards are nice. So we're looking at doing that, but overall, moving forward, the bonus money that I'm getting right now will also be going towards knocking out that, like I'm going to say probably 80%. Like I'll probably keep 20% in like a cash pool for myself just for like vacation petty cash. But overall, we're budgeting that money out at least at 80% of whatever bonus money we bring in to pushing that goal of getting the 6 months out on the mortgage payment. And then we'll also be moving into a space to where we'll be getting money going back into the cash pool. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it, but it's important when we're doing all the extra work that we're not just wasting that money. Like that's an opportunity to get ahead. And actually, you know what? Since we're doing what we're doing with the bonus money, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put that in as the backstop for the mortgage. The bonus money is going towards the cash reserve because we need 6 months out in payments, and then we need 6 months in cash reserves backing the property. So it's gonna go towards that because we need to get that pool started. Plus, it'll help increase the monthly income. That'll be useful. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So that way we're working at both angles. Because while having the payments out is nice, it's putting a hamper, and like I don't like seeing my wealth because like being ahead those payments doesn't increase my wealth at all. It lowers my stress. Period. Like I don't have to worry, but it's not increasing the wealth. And like we also need to continually increase our wealth. So we're gonna do that. But it's something, my thoughts on that is like, if you're going to work that hard to bring in that extra money, because that's above and beyond, like you're already tired. You're out here just knocking out extra work, grinding yourself to the bone. Like you should have something besides a vehicle that's depreciating that you're not going to sell for more than you got it for to show for it. Like it's perplexing to me. I'm like, yes, let's get the money, but like what you do with the money is just as important as getting it, in my opinion. Like there's no point in working that hard if you're not going to have something to show for it in the long term. So I think that's all that we've got for this conversation today. Those are my thoughts on it. Definitely share your thoughts on it down in the comments. How do you bust down your bonus money? Like, what are we doing? Moving forward, I'm gonna put together the episode on the credit card play and how I utilize credit. Where we break down the reason I'm using the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and the reason I'm using that card. That's my daily driver. What I'm looking to get out of it, how I utilize it, and then how I utilize credit in general. And then I also want to do one on how I utilize my in-house credit and how I grow that pool of money and like what that looks like and my ideology around that as well. So I'm definitely going to have a couple of specific dialed in episodes. They're probably going to be potentially shorter. It depends on how deep down the rabbit hole we go on the topic, but topic based and very dialed in. But yeah. So definitely make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to keep adding value. Definitely let me know down in the comments if this was adding some value for you. Me rambling before the weeks goes, but we got to get these videos cranked out because I'm going to be out of town, and there's a pretty hefty reward involved in that for me, to myself, to motivate me to get this done. So with that said, we did complete the task this week, which means we get the reward. Make sure you reward yourself if you promise yourself a reward. But we're getting ready to place that order momentarily. But it's your boy Reckless Rated Narrow, and thank you for rocking out with me. Definitely tap in with me down in the comments. I'm going to probably schedule this a little bit later, since I'm going to either be on the way back to town during the normal time for Guns and Butter or something of the like. We'll see when we get back. But let me tap in with me down in the comments. I'm going to try and set this a little later in the day, so that way I can tap in on the chat. Like if I'm on the road back, I will definitely be in there. But it's your boy Reckless Rated Narrow. Thanks for rocking out with me. I will be back in town, and we'll be doing some live streams, so look for it, because they're going to be during the day. They're going to be an hour to 2 hour conversation. It's going to be a specific topic, and I'll break it down. Maybe we'll have like a open forum where we just rock out one of the days. We'll see what's up. But it's your boy Reckless Rated Narrow, and we out. Peace.